We want to look at things that, or we call it forces, that we must be mindful that we work against our fruitfulness in life, that we work against our increase in life. Whether we like it or not, life is not fair. We discover that we make decisions in life that tend to affect our desires, our expectations, even tend to affect the covenant that we have with our God. So number one, force that shook increase and fruitfulness in life is failure to deal with unfavorable internal family matters. There are foundational issues that must be sorted out if you want to increase in life. There are issues in your family that you must sit down and work upon if you don't want them to choke your life. In Psalm 11 verse 3, he says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So, if you are unable to deal with this, then there will be a problem. It will affect and choke your increase. It will affect and choke your productivity in life. What are the forces that can choke increase and fruitfulness in life? Is inability to discern that you are already following the evil and the unproductive pattern of your parents. Inability to discern. Inability to stand and say, wait. This is how my father started. This is how my mother started. What is wrong with me? Inability to discern and say, which pathway am I going? You are unable to discern. In Genesis 26, verse 1 and 2, thank God for God that helped Isaac to discern. There was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. The Bible had to make reference to the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, the king of Philistines, in Gerar. Then the Lord appeared to him and said, do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land of which I will tell you. Don't go. Your father made a mistake. Don't go. Stay. Inability to discern when you begin to walk in that pathway will choke the increase and the covenant of blessing that God has established for you. Are you not conscious and be sensitive? What is wrong with me? Many of us are not sensitive to some of these things. Just say, it is life, it's my life, it's my life. Then it will be too late. We are now regretting it. Inability to identify enemy of progress. In Genesis 26, 12 to 16, Genesis 26, 12 to 16, we see Isaac being confronted by enemies of progress. Isaac sowed in that land because he had covenant with God. He reaped in that same year 100-fold. That was the covenant that God gave to his father. And the Lord blessed him. That was the covenant that God gave to his father. And the Bible says the man began to prosper. It's not new to him to prosper. Because it is in the lineage of his father, of his generation. And he began to prosper and continue prospering until he became very, very prosperous. Now, verse 14. For he had possession of flocks. It's not new to him. His father had possession of flocks. Genesis chapter 24, verse 1 to 3. Then, and possession of herds and great number of servants. So the Philistines envied him. That's where we are going. And when they envied him, the Bible says in verse 15 and 16, they began to obstruct his ways. Now the Philistines had stopped all the wells, which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham. So they stopped it. They began to work against his progress. Because wells will produce wealth for him. But the enemies of progress around him, because of where he was staying, they began to do what? They began to stop. They began to hinder him. They began to work against him. But he quickly recognized them. Let me ask you the following question. Who are you trying to marry? Who is your business partner? Who is your counselor and your advisors? Who is your mentor? Who are your staff members? Who are your associates? Who are your friends? Identify enemies of progress. Identify people that are always obstructing your ways. Finally, inability to fight through the challenges of life. Genesis 26:17-22. Genesis 26:17-22. They began to fight Isaac. You will not increase. We will stop you. You will be an ex-champion. Then Isaac departed from there and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. As they began to stop all the wells, he moved from that place. And he dug again. Somebody say he dug again. He did not give up. Isaac dug again the wells of water, which they had dug in the days of Abraham, his father. Imagine, several years ago, he dug it again. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. He called them by the names which the father had called them. He said, that is the inheritance of my father. I will continue to make sure that this thing is still in existence. Also, Isaac's servant dug in the valley, and they found well running of water. What happened in verse 20? But the herdsmen of Gerar, they quarreled. Somebody say they quarreled again. They said, we have vowed that you will not increase. We have vowed you will not produce in life. You said you are married. You will not have children. We will fight you to the But Isaac said, I'm ready for the battle. I'm not going to give up. So, the water is ours. They said the water is ours. So, the herdsmen of Gerar, they came and they said, all these wells, the water is ours. So, he called the place Esek because they quarreled with him. But he did not stop. In verse 21, then they dug another well. And they quarreled over that one also. Let me tell you, life is a warfare, not a fanfare. Every level, there is a devil waiting for you. He began to fight. Let me tell you, in life, there are words you must know the definition. Distress. You must know the definition of distress. If you don't know it, to catch up with you. Tribulation, trials, temptation, affliction. You must know. You must know the real meaning in life. Because that is what the life wants you to know. But if you quickly know the meaning, when they are asking you, what is the meaning of adversity? You say, that one is a very simple thing. I know what is adversity. You cannot harass me. Unpleasant situation. Life will teach you unpleasant situation. Oppositions, contentions, troubles. Life will teach you. You must know the meaning. You must know the meaning. And still stand. The Lord will help all of us in Jesus' name.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship